S. Chand presents educational video lectures as per the AICTE curriculum. Difficult concepts made easy. Study anywhere, anytime.
Let us start with the new topic, that is a transformer. So, in the last topics we have understood about the AC supply. Now in the transformer the input power is the AC and in the output we will get the EMF power. So before starting the transformer, firstly we will studied about the magnetic materials. So what type of materials are used in the transformer. I am Narinder Kaur. Now if you want to study this topic in detail, kindly refer this book by the S. Chand Publishing. E-book link description is given in the description box. Now let us begin about this magnetic materials. What are the magnetic materials? Okay. Magnetic materials are basically, these are the building blocks of the transformers. So main core of the transformer that is made up by using the magnetic materials. So these materials are of three types. So one is the para. Second one is our diamagnetic materials. And third type is a ferromagnetic material. So now what are the paramagnetic materials? So these are the basically paramagnetic materials are, if this is a material and the magnets are placed, we know that in magnets there are the magnetic lines of force. In case of paramagnetic materials, some of the magnetic lines of force are crossing the material. Like this. We know that the magnetic lines of force are originating from the north and ending at the south pole. So in case of paramagnetic materials, the lines of force, they are crossing some of the lines of force are crossing the material. So such type of materials are known as paramagnetic materials. Means some of the lines are lost in these materials and some are crossing the materials. So example of these materials are aluminium. So this such type of materials are known as paramagnetic materials. And the second type is the diamagnetic materials. So what are the diamagnetic materials? Those materials which repel the magnetic lines of force. The materials which repel the magnetic lines of force means magnetic lines of force do not cross these materials. So these type of materials are known as diamagnetic materials. So these type of material, for example, in these materials when magnetic lines of force, they are not able to cross the materials, means these materials basically repel the magnetic lines of force. So such type of materials are known as diamagnetic materials. Third one is the ferromagnetic materials. These are very important materials in case of transformers. So ferromagnetic materials are those when these materials are placed in the magnetic field, all the lines of force are crossing the materials. So from the magnets there are the large number of magnetic lines of force. So all the lines of force are crossing the materials. So these type of materials are known as ferromagnetic materials. So examples is iron, cobalt, nickel, all these are the ferromagnetic materials. So we have read here the three type of materials. One is the paramagnetic material, second one is the diamagnetic material and third one is the ferromagnetic materials. So paramagnetic materials, second one is the diamagnetic materials and then is the ferromagnetic material. So in the paramagnetic materials all the lines of force, some of the lines of the force can cross the material. In diamagnetic materials all the magnetic lines of force are repelled by the material, while in ferromagnetic material all the lines of force are crossing the material. So in case of when we studied their performance in the magnetic materials or in the form of magnets, so performance of ferromagnetic material is maximum, then there comes the paramagnetic material, then there comes a diamagnetic material. So when all the lines of force are crossing the ferromagnetic materials, so loss in such type of material that will be negligible. So ferromagnetic materials are preferred in case of transformers. So all the transformer cores are made up by using the ferromagnetic materials. So these materials are preferred in case of transformer. Now next is a BH curve. Now what is a BH curve? So this is very important. By using the BH curve, we can calculate efficiency of transformer. So efficiency, in order to calculate efficiency or performance of transformer, BH curve is very much important. Now what is B here and what is H here? B, it is known as magnetic field strength. And what is H? H is a magnetic field intensity. And B is equals to mu into H. What is B here? That is a magnetic field strength. What is H here? H is a magnetic field intensity. And B, that is equals to mu into H. What is mu here? Mu is defined as a permeability of the material. And mu is the permeability of material. For the different materials, the value of mu will be different. Now in case of transformer, we are preferring the ferromagnetic materials. So in that case, the value of mu is positive, that is more than 1, while in paramagnetic material, so in case of ferromagnetic material, this permeability is positive, that is more than 1, while for paramagnetic material, this mu is less than 1. In case of diamagnetic material, this permeability, that is less than 0. It is negative in case of diamagnetic material. So this is the permeability. Now next, when we plot a graph between B and H, when the graph is plotted between B and H, B is equals to mu into H. We know that Y is equals to mx plus C. So this is this kind of relation. So when we plot relationship between B and H, on comparing these two values, the graph must be straight line. Means it was starting from the origin. As the value of B goes on increasing, H will goes on increasing. Or you can say that if as the H goes on increasing, the value of B that is goes on increasing. Here B is along the y-axis and H, that is the intensity, is along the x-axis. So means according to this relation, if we plotted the graph between B and H, the graph must be straight line. But this is not so. But in case of transformer, this graph is not followed. Means in case of magnetic material, this kind of graph is not followed. So what is BH curve? If here is H and B, in starting as a H, what is H here? H is a field intensity. As the H goes on increasing, magnetic field in the material goes on increasing like this. At the point O, when that means this graph is followed, O and A. Now at the point A, the B, it reaches the maximum value, that is known as the saturation point. So this is known as saturation point. This is the maximum value of the magnetic field that can be achieved by the given material. Now if B is equals to mu H, straight line graph is followed like this. If this type of graph is followed, now as soon as the H goes on increasing, the value of B goes on increasing. Now if you decrease the H along this side, along the negative x-axis, then B, it will follow this path. Means in starting when H is increasing, B is increasing, the path followed is along O and A. But when H is applied in the negative direction, AO path that must be followed. But in case of ferromagnetic material or in case of transformer, as soon as H is goes on increasing, the B is goes on increasing, means path followed is OA. What is A? At the A point is a saturation point. But when you applied the H in the negative direction, in order to make B 0 in the material, AO path is not followed. The path followed is here, this one. The path followed is here, this one. Here, this is a AB. The path followed is AB. So what is AB here? This is a path followed when you decrease the H, the value of B here, at when the H is 0 at this point, this is not equals to 0. So OB value, this is remaining over here. What is OB here? This is a non-zero magnetic field, means non-zero B when H is 0. So OB is here called residual magnetism. What is residual magnetism? That is the OB. So what is OB here? That is the residual magnetism over here. So this is the value of magnetic field in the material when H remains 0 in the material. So that means in this case OA is a path followed when H is increasing, B goes on increasing. But when you decrease the H, this path is not followed. So path followed is AB. So this is OB is called here, this is called here residual magnetism. Now in order to make this B 0, H is applied in the negative direction. So this H is applied in the negative direction. Here H is applied in the negative direction. So this point is a C. Now at point C, magnetic field is 0, but H is in the negative direction. So OC, what is OC here called? That is a value of H. Value of H, or this is called corrosive field. This is called corrosive field, which is the value of H which is applied in the negative direction in order to make B 0. Again, it is increased in the negative direction. So same path is followed over here. So this type of graph is, this type of curve is followed over here. So in this case, as soon as H is goes on increasing, B is goes on increasing, then again there comes an saturation point. After that, when you decrease the H, the B, it does not make 0. So there comes an residual magnetism in the material. So OB is called residual magnetism. Again, in order to make residual magnetism 0, H is applied in the negative direction. So what is H called here? That is called the cohesive field. So OC is called cohesive field. Again, H is increased in the negative direction, correspondingly B goes on increasing in the negative direction. Again there reached an saturation point. Again, in order to make this 0, this is applied in the positive direction. So this type of curve is followed in case of magnetic materials, and that curve is called BH curve. So this type of curve is called BH curve in the material. Now what is this? So this different kind of material is having the different area under the BH curve. Why this is so? Because different kind of material have different value of this residual magnetism and different value of this cohesive field. So depending upon the residual magnetism and the cohesive field, the different kind of materials have different area under this curve. Now larger the area of this curve, larger will be the loss. So in case, we know that in case of transformer, input value is not equals to output value. Input value is not equals to output value, means some of the input power that has been get lost. So there are some losses. So if there are these are the two type of curve. Now what is the difference between these two curves? So these two curves are for the materials which are used in order to form the transformer. So in this first curve, the area that is more in the first curve than the second curve. So that means now BH curve, area of the BH curve that represented the energy losses in the core of the transformer. Now this is the end of the part 1. So in the part 1 we have studied the what kind of materials that has been get used in order to form the core of the transformer. The materials studied are paramagnetic, ferromagnetic and diamagnetic, and some basic knowledge about the BH curve. So next in the second part I will explain you completely about the BH curve. Now if you want to study this topic in detail, kindly refer this book by S. Chand Publishing. ebook link description is given in the description box. If you like this video, please kindly like, subscribe and share this video, and also press the bell icon for the future notifications.
All rights reserved. This video has been prepared for educational purposes only. No part of it may be reproduced or copied without the permission of the copyright holder.